let me tell you about one of the most shocking social experiments in history, the Stanford prison experiment. It was meant to last 2 weeks. It was shut down in 6 days. Here's what happened. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo at Stanford University wanted to study how power and authority affect human behavior. So, he set up a mock prison in the basement of the psychology building. He recruited 24 ordinary college students and randomly assigned them to be either guards or prisoners. The idea was simple: observe how they adapt to their roles. At first, it was just an experiment. But then, things spiraled out of control. The guards, just regular students like you and me, started enforcing strict rules, humiliating prisoners, and even using psychological torture. Some made the prisoners do push-ups as punishment. Others forced them to clean toilets with their bare hands. And here's the craziest part: the prisoners accepted it. Instead of standing up for themselves, they became passive, obedient, and completely lost their sense of identity. Some even had emotional breakdowns. By day 6, Zimbardo had to shut the whole thing down. So, what does this experiment teach us? More than we'd like to admit. First, power changes people. None of those students were bad people. But when given authority, some of them turned into tyrants. The uniform, the sunglasses, the sense of control, it was enough to bring out behaviors they probably didn't even know they were capable of. History proves this time and time again. When people aren't held accountable, even good individuals can justify terrible actions. This is why power should always be questioned and balanced. Second, we are more influenced by our environment than we realize. The prisoners knew it was an experiment. They could have walked away, but they didn't. They got so caught up in the role that it felt real. And the same thing happens in everyday life. We adapt to our environment, whether it's toxic workplaces, unhealthy relationships, or social norms that go against what we truly believe. The question is, do you recognize when it's happening to you? Third, kindness is a choice. If authority can turn good people into oppressors, then the opposite is also true. We can choose to use power responsibly. The strongest people aren't the ones who dominate others. They're the ones who treat others with respect, even when they don't have to. Zimbardo later admitted that he got caught up in the experiment himself. He let it go too far. And that's the final lesson. When we stop questioning power, we risk becoming part of the problem. So here's something to think about. Have you ever seen a situation where power changed someone? Or a time when you stayed in a bad situation just because everyone else did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this made you think, share it with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next one.